Now it's 9:23, and you'll remember the sad case that we reported last month about Michael Mosley, the TV presenter who, of course, was found dead on the Greek island of Symi.
Yeah, during that search, a sniffer dog was brought in from Athens to help look for Dr. Mosley. But the sweltering heat led to the dog burning his paws on the hot rocks.
Yeah, now, our BBC producer, Insaf Abbas, filmed this footage of Scar limping as he left the island because the Greek police didn't have the resources to provide equipment to protect the dog's pads from the heat. Until now, that is, because we're joined on the sofa by Lady Bathurst, who's the founder of the National Foundation for Retired Service Animals, who saw that footage on social media and decided to help out, and by Sergeant Emma Kennedy from Greater Manchester Police. And Bert, the search dog, is also here, looking very, very regal, I think. Bert's looking like he's taking all this in his stride, watching himself on the telly. Good morning, all. Thank you for coming in.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
So, Lady Bathurst, you saw that footage of the dog struggling after being on the hot rocks?
Well, the National Foundation for Retired Service Animals, we normally help retired service animals from the UK. But being an animal lover, I saw the footage and thought, we've got to do something about this. It's just a natural response, isn't it, to want to do something to help. So I sort of, put out a post on X and said, look, let's do something about this. And the response was enormous. And I reached out to Insaf and we had a chat. And she very kindly put me in touch with Vagelis, who is Scar's handler. And he's also a police dog instructor with Athens Police. And then it became apparent that there were 13 other dogs. There were 14 of them in the same predicament. So I reached out to Roughwear, who very kindly offered to send the boots and some cooling jackets, and we also did some toys. And so they arrived in Athens, but there's a little bit of a PS story to that, because I got a panicked call from Vagelis saying, they're stuck at customs, what do I do? So I thought, oh, gosh. So I said, I think you probably need to talk to your chief. And so fortunately, his chief went and had a word with customs and they were released. And so they've now got them, which is absolutely wonderful.
And they're little boots like this, so they've got sort of rubber soles to obviously protect the paws. And I mean, Emma, from a perspective, I mean, obviously dogs in this country maybe don't have to deal with extreme heat but they still have to protect their paws.
Yeah, so Bert would wear these if we were going to like a fire or if there was any glass and chemicals, he would wear those to protect his feet. But yeah, we don't really need them in this country for the pavements.
But as we heard when Michael Mosley was missing and then sadly found, we know how hot those rocks and surfaces can get. It is like being in a fire situation, I guess. Yeah.
Well, we all, we were talking about in hot weather, the rare occasions we have hot weather in this country at the moment, walking dogs and even on hot pavements, that is the pads of their feet. They may be hard, but they're still sensitive and they can still burn. And so to be able to provide these, thanks to Roughwear and also the kindness of so many people out there who also support our charity, we were able to do something constructive to help, and I think that's a wonderful thing.
We often see, don't we, when there's disasters or things abroad, that dogs get sent out from the UK, or there are rescue dogs there already. And it's just something, I guess, that we don't really think about, actually, something as simple as the fact that...
Oh, I know, and it's also, I mean, you say that, and I'm going to move that sort of swiftly, casually on to is something that we don't think about with our service dogs in this country and what happens to them when they retire. And that's what we do as a charity, is to take care of them regarding their vets and medical bills, because they can't get insurance, because everything is funded for them during their lifetime. And when they retire, that funding stops. They can't get meaningful insurance because of their age and the training that they've had. And so when the vets bills come along, Emma, who is, determined to keep lovely Bert when he retires, those vets bills can get a bit sparky. So that's what we do, and we work very closely with the other local retired police dog charities that are dotted around the country. So it's lovely to be able to work alongside them. But, I was talking to a lady yesterday, lovely Sally, who lost PD Dougie. He very sadly died yesterday morning. But a 15-and-a-half-year-old Malinois. And so darling Dougie, left for his next adventure, as I gently put it. But we've been paying for his medication for the last 2 years, and it's such a privilege to be able to do that. So that's what we do.
Because, Emma, they have amazing lives, but they have tough lives, don't they? And I suppose injuries are common.
Yeah, they are, definitely. So certainly for Bert, who's had actually swallowed a few things a few times on searches, so obviously that can be quite a costly vet's bill as well.
What sort of stuff's he swallowed?
The last time he swallowed a glove during a search, so it was straight to the vets and stuff. Yeah.
A glove?
A glove, yeah, a latex glove.
Hide these boots from him then. In that case, hadn't it? It must be fantastic for you to know that these boots are now being used in Greece and other places.
And in Bert's stomach. Yes, I mean, we had Odin, who we paid a bill for not very long ago. He managed to ingest rather a lot of raisins, so that, of course, was a visit to the vet. And a sort of a, £1,600 vet bill, which we were able to cover. So, I mean, I'm passionate about this because, these dogs do extraordinary things. Bert is there, doing his job, but possibly on the worst day of many people's lives.
Yeah.
And so they do so many things for us in their lives. And I just think it's really important that we do this, we look after them in their retirement, and it's a way for us to say thank you to them for their service.
Well, thank you to you all for coming in this morning. Thank you so much. Lovely to see you, and an amazing, happy ending to an originally really sad story.
Thank you. It's lovely. Thank you.
Absolutely. That's all from Breakfast.